Uh, let's talk a little bit about vouchers. Are you in favor of expanding vouchers, offering more? Where do you stand on that?
I think that's a good program we have in place. I'm going to defer to the senior legislators in terms of what the next bill would look like on education. I don't know if they have a wait-and-see attitude and see how the funding has laid out, but I know it's very, very successful and very, very popular. I know there have been some tweaks in terms of how we judge failing schools. Charter schools are being judged more harshly than the traditional schools in terms of receiving vouchers and how soon they're going to be either rewarded or shut down, which is appropriate because we want to help the parents make the best choice they can, so they need that information. But I think it's great. If I didn't have a choice and my children were trapped in a failing school, I would be so welcoming of having this opportunity to put them in a good school. Particularly if I were a single parent and I didn't have the means to do that. So, and I saw that when I was knocking door to door in the spring. Those who were able to take advantage of it are very appreciative of it.
Sure. There's one argument that says, vouchers are taking money away from public schools, taking resources away. How do you feel about that?
Well, if the child isn't there, then I'm not sure why the money should be there. I mean, that's I think they used to call it shadow funding or something like that in the past, and I don't think that's appropriate. So, if there's a failing school and people don't want to send their children there, and they vote with their feet and send them somewhere else, then it behooves that particular school to say, what are we doing wrong here? On the other hand, when you have this competition and a school gets an A rating or whatever the rating is, because I know they've changed them several times, but when they get that rating, that's something that every parent can validly say, okay, this is a good school. This is a neutral system. I can trust the grading and the rating system, and so I know my child will get a good education here. And that's what they need to know, because right now there's a lot of misinformation out there, and parents who don't have choices are going to be stuck in systems that aren't going to work for their children. So they should have those opportunities.
Early childhood education, any thoughts on what can be done to improve that, strengthen it?
I think it's great that Allen County is one of the 5 pilot programs. I have read a little bit about early childhood education, and some of those studies say that those early improvements, if you will, don't last in 2nd and 3rd grade, or I should say you can make them up if you don't have them. There are some great schools out there like the Harlem Academy and the KIPP schools, but they put a lot more time. Their school days are longer. So, and I say that because the thing with early childhood, I think it's great that the state is starting these pilot programs, but we have to figure out how to fund them. And so we have to make sure we have the money for the programs we already have in place before we have an across the board, across the state, early childhood program. But if we can afford to do it, then that's great.